Hey, it's me from the future, and just wanted to wish you a Merry Christmas. I could have added a small bit of an edit, but I'm pretty sure this would have been more meaningful. So, have a brilliant time. Just felt like it'd be more meaningful this way. And yeah, so wish you good luck. Hope things go good. Yeah. Note that I am sick and I am also extremely tired because I lost an hour of sleep. So, quick disclaimer of the video. And yeah, let's get right into it. So when it comes to this video, secret to a successful day, I know lots of YouTube videos are like, I know I might partially also be kind of clickbaity. I hope not. I'll try to improve upon that as well. But I have crafted four specific methods for me personally. That is my secret to a successful day. But in truth, it's four things I simply just abide by that creates this sense of a successful day, for me at least. And first, we'll start off with a quote. Early to bed, early to rise, makes a man strong, wealthy, and wise. And that's what brings us to the first section about sleep. Everyone knows about sleep. Everyone knows that sleep's good for you, okay? I know some people are like, they're grinding, they're working hard, and they sacrifice the sleeping hours to get a bit of work in. And whilst certain people, grinding their entrepreneurship or own business and anything of the sort, do tend to sacrifice some sleeping hours, sometimes that can be acceptable. But in other scenarios, most of the time, actually, it's not really worth sacrificing your health for. Me personally, I just suggest perfect your sleep schedule. I mean, yeah, it's depending, like if you're really working hard and you're like in some kind of flow and you really don't want to go to bed and you're like grinding those hours out, okay, then maybe. But if you do it again and again and again and again, well, then there goes your health, right? And if that's something that you have to do, then you may as well just design your sleep schedule around that instead. I know some people go to bed at like 2 o'clock in the morning and they wake up at 10. Me personally, I go to bed at 10 and wake up 6. That's just what works for me. I prefer early mornings anyway. And actually, the more important matter of why to get up early or just to abide by a schedule is the best way to start out your day. I feel like, especially in moments where I wake up like 7 or 8, I feel a little bit guilty. I'm like, oh no, it's fine, I'll still get the same work done. But it doesn't feel the same. I feel like if you really want to start your day the right way, it's like the first thing you can do is just wake up on time, the time that you've set for yourself. And yeah. Secondly, and one that I've talked about numerous times, so I should definitely write some new material. Well, in explanation to that, a lot of these videos are very similar to one another, but that's just because I'm diving into deeper detail of like the concept I'm about to tell you about, which is swallow the frog, right? I've said that numerous times in like 3 other videos. I'm just diving deeper into what that is. So briefly explained, swallowing the frog is a concept behind, and I'll just try to explain it to you in a story form. Most people, when given the task to swallow a frog, a literal frog, right, throughout the day, most people, right, would tend to put it off. They'd wait and they'd wait and they'd wait until like even after dinner, and only then would they face the challenge of having to swallow the frog. It's the hardest thing to do without the entire day. No one wants to swallow a frog, of course not, right? And they'd leave it till the end of the day. Whereas the concept is actually what you should do instead, right, is swallow it immediately and then have your breakfast or your lunch or your dinner, right? Because then it's over and done with. And even if the frog tastes nasty, at least just look at your dinner or your breakfast to, counteract the taste, right? And swallowing the frog in general is the hardest task of the day, because swallowing a frog would be the hardest, task of the day, right? And the reason, it's not just completing the hardest task in the day, it's actually trying to complete the hardest task in the day first. Like me recording this YouTube video, like I know a lot of the time in the videos it looks like it's nighttime, but right now it's actually like 7 in the morning, so nice early mornings. And this is me swallowing the frog. Hardest thing for me to do is probably either script or record, right? And I found that it is decently almost like midway, I don't know, it's Actually, you know what? Matter of fact, it's more difficult to complete the hardest task a bit later in the day, because, like, for me personally right now, I've been a bit sick and I'm so tired. But I know for a fact if I waited till the afternoon or midday or even at night, this would be far, far, far harder to do. So right now I'm recording, family's asleep, it's early in the morning, there's a really annoying cricket. Hear that? Yeah, I think you hear that. And this cat. And another thing. Really? I don't know if you can see the cat. Another thing about swallowing the frog I think is quite... Okay, I wouldn't say underestimated, that just sounds even more clickbaity. That just goes unexplained, not even unexplained. Something extra about swallowing the frog, right, is that once it's completed, you get this, like, it's this breeze. Like, for me personally, once I like stop recording this video, I want to be so relaxed, and it's anything else, any other task, anything of the sort, especially if like this frog task of yours is really, really, really difficult. Once you've completed it, first thing, like after you do your routine or clean up or whatever, you know, your morning stuff is, you get straight to the task, and once you've finished it, everything else feels so easy, you know, and the day just feels like you just conquered the day, and it's a nice feeling. Thirdly, we have correct foods, right? I am not a dietitian, but the reason I say this is a secret or a tactic to a successful day is more or less because I've been paying attention to my own dieting lately, right? Been paying attention to the ingredients in it, if it's processed or not, you know, just basic stuff when it comes to improving the foods you eat. And very quickly I begin to realize what foods do what to my body, right? This whole segment that I'm about to explain to you is just like basically studying yourself. And the reason it's a secret or a tactic to a successful day is because given that you eat the correct things, right? Or for me at least, I find if I eat the correct things, it's this good mood of mine, it stabilizes, right? Food is energy. A lot of the time, if you eat good food, your energy increases, you feel it. What I very, very quickly realized, right, after eating these foods in my house, like eating 2-minute noodles or even bread, I felt sluggish afterwards. And I'm pretty damn sure that's not what food is supposed to make you feel. And I felt sluggish, and it was harder for me to do work. And like, it's just small things like that that go like unnoticed, like certain foods you eat. Surprisingly, it is like not really taken into consideration, really. And if you're trying to like better yourself, I find like you're eventually going to come across foods anyway. So why not start now? I can't make a video about that. I'm just not that experienced. Yeah, I just find like given the correct foods, your energy increases. It's just easier to go throughout the day. Eating the wrong foods, it makes me feel, for me personally, makes me feel bloated, and my stomach feels off, and I feel sluggish, and it's just it completely kills my flow, right? That's why, especially in like the first few hours of the morning, I don't eat. I keep myself a bit hungry. It initiates me to, you know, get some energy flowing here, get myself to swallow the frog, quite literally. And yeah, that's how me personally I stay focused. And for lunch, I try to eat more fruit. And extra side note on that, do not stuff yourself, because that too, you know, that bloating, that feeling, it kills the flow, like dead ass. It just, I don't know, it's like, for me, it's just small things like that, because for me, food wasn't really that big of a thing. Like, I thought, like, if I eat a bunch of junk food, it has a bunch of sugar, so I'm gonna feel more energized. But no, not really. Like, lately I've been eating a bunch of fish, a bunch of rice, not much fruit, but I definitely want to eat more fruit. Been trying to cut down my sugar, you know, and it's been a game changer, honestly. I feel different, and the moment I walk into the store, I know that those Doritos or that chocolate's going to make me feel more sluggish, and I'm just like, so that's why every time I go to the store, I just get this one little protein bar, and that's it. And fourth, something that it's not really a secret to a successful day, but I just felt like it would be nice to add, or something that I just feel like is just constantly goes unnoticed. It's a moment with nature. I know, sounds cringe. I'm built that way, I don't know. But like a lot of time in these videos, you're gonna notice me like looking out there, or like immediately turning, because of the cuts. And it's me looking at nature. Like, I have a beautiful garden that my mom worked treacherous hours on. I did help, but lately it just like the sounds of the animals, and like just the look of it, and the morning sunlight. Sometimes I used to go outside with my headset on my head and listen to music to initiate like this mood, but now I've quit it with the headset, and I've just tried to listen and try to be there, right? I'm basically practicing presence, and that is actually the better way of describing this fourth tactic or whatever. It's presence, right? Because I feel like you could work extremely hard throughout the day. You could work treacherous hours, and you can feel proud of yourself, and you could go to the gym right after, that kind of stuff. But I feel like for me, if I didn't have at least one moment of presence, that's why on my habit tracker I have mindful breath, right? Because it's this practice of you relax, you pay attention to your surroundings. I don't know, it just feels like if I go a moment without presence throughout the day, it didn't really feel that special to me. Because once you've experienced that feeling of presence, like true, deep, calm, relaxing, like a resonating feeling with your surroundings, like you want to feel it far more often, far more often. So for me personally, my day doesn't feel like a win or a successful day whatsoever if I don't have that moment of presence. It's not a secret. You don't actually have to have it. It's not required for you to succeed, right? Swallowing the frog is following your schedule and waking up early. You don't necessarily have to wake up early, but following your schedule is eating the correct foods. The most successful people know what they're doing, know what they're eating, right? It's something you should really look into. Like, just give it a try. I know a lot of the time when you're introduced to these, okay, this is a side tangent, but we've pretty much covered the 4 topics already. So this is my moment with you, right? That I usually do at the end of the video. A lot of the guys within or who have experienced like mass wealth, right? The successful guys on YouTube, they all know what they're doing. They all know what they're eating. Some of them are fat, right? But it's just like we're talking about like guys like Hamza, Tate, Iman, like just those kind of high status guys. Even especially David Goggins, but and they know what they're doing. They know what they're eating, right? And eventually, if you're on this journey of self-improvement, or whatever we call this, right? I've always felt like saying self-improvement isn't really truly the right way to describe it. But I don't know. I'll have to figure that out, how exactly I describe this to you guys, the audience. But if you are on this journey, right, eventually you're going to come across foods and dieting. You're going to come across everything, right? You're going to come across optimizing and building systems and goals and trackers and schedules. And then there's dieting, and dieting is very, very important. I'm still a newbie, but I've already noticed a massive difference. And then there's, the simple things, right? Like there's the presence, like I mentioned, reading a book outside in the garden, and you just take a minute and you're like, this coffee is really good, and you just enjoy the sip. I don't know why I sound so cringe. I'm sorry. I'm tired. I'm sorry, guys, but small things like that. But for me personally, those are my 4. I keep saying secrets, but I'll try not to be as clickbaity or cringe or weird. But those are the 4 things I abide by throughout the day that creates a sense of a successful day. Getting up on time, getting the hardest task completed, swallowing the frog, eating the correct foods throughout the day, and a moment with nature, or a moment of presence. That's a better way to describe it. A moment of presence. And especially, I'm sorry that I keep going on a side tangent and delaying the video, but just quick side disclaimer, because again, my goal here is to help people. So just in case you have no experience with what presence is or how it works, just start by mindful breaths. I can't truly describe to you if you've done it or not, because sometimes I believed, I just had my moments of presence, but then the next day I had a much more advanced moment of presence, and that's what I felt like. Okay, no, that's definitely presence. So, but start out with a mindful breath. Especially for men, your power comes from your stomach. So you breathe, and you breathe so much that your stomach begins to bloat out, and then your chest. Breathe deep as much as your lungs can fill out, and then you breathe out. And you try to pay attention to your surroundings. You can do a couple of mindful breaths, maybe just one. Pay attention to your surroundings. Just look at it, feel it, whatever it is. Because presence is almost a sense of gratitude or appreciation. It's just this moment of realization, with what's around you, what's there to be grateful for, what you have, the kind of life that you're living. I know some people are going through some things, but that's okay. Especially if you're here now, I bet you're probably trying to better yourself. Or you're not. I don't know if I was going to give you guys this announcement now or what. I think a lot of people probably would have clicked off by now, but maybe I'll mention it in the next video, but I'll give you a bit of maybe a bit of a teaser. I've been working a little bit harder on my purpose for this channel. I've been working on a few things for this channel, actually, like a series, our aesthetic to the videos. I've been working on, the purpose behind this YouTube channel. And it basically just sparked when I continued to say self-improvement. I feel like that's just not justifiable for me. I feel like we have Hamza for that. So I do want to be a bit different. No, I definitely want to be different. And so I've been working on that as well. I promise you I'm going to try my damn hardest to improve the quality of this channel. I'm going to try my damn hardest to be here every Monday, every Thursday. I know my editor's probably kicking in his boots right now, and not in joy, but in anger. But I'm trying to lead by example. So I promise you, I will try my absolute hardest to continue to improve the quality of these videos, whether that's my performance, the editing, the small little bits of editing like transitions, animations, whatever it is, banners, thumbnails, whatever, like even the shorts. I'm going to try my best to improve the quality of this channel, the videos, the stuff I say, the context behind it, the research put behind what I say, and help improve my purpose and just help people even more, right? So I'll see you Monday. Wait for me then. Subscribe. So I'm not really one to shout that, but subscribe, and I'll see you soon, right? Almost forgot. Don't compare. Compete.